Going really well. Yeah, no, we're having a very fun time, very fun trip. This morning we went to the Kim Il Sung Stadium and we saw the start of the marathon. And then after the marathon runners had all gone out to run around the city, then we saw a football match between Pyongyang and Amnok-gang, who are two of the best teams in the domestic league here. And then we saw a women's football match, and then the Pyongyang runners came back, the marathon runners came back, sorry. And the winner was from Ethiopia, and then second was Ukraine, third was Kenya, and then the winner of the women's was Korean, and then they had the prize giving, and so that was a very fun morning. This afternoon we've been to the flower show, which they have every year around the birthday of the leaders. So it's all about the Kim Il Sung flower this time, the purple orchid, and it's been a very good day. We've had nice weather. I've seen a symphony orchestra playing as well. So it's been a good day. Been a very good vibe here.
Does it sound like you've seen many sort of tanks rolling through the streets, or?
Do you know what? I haven't seen a single tank. No, I'm quite disappointed, I have to say. I saw more tanks last year when I was here in April. But that was obviously because of the military parade that I saw then. But no, it's there's no tanks. There's not really any sign. In fact, there's less sign of kind of readying for some kind of war than there was that I saw in March. At least in March when I was here, there were signs of civilians kind of doing a bit of like military type training and trucks with some camouflage on. Haven't seen any of that this time.
No.
So,
can you tell me anything about the atmosphere of the tourists? Are they mainly people who've never been before? Were they nervous?
No, so I think they're all people who've not been before, certainly in my group anyway. We did have some nervous people, and not so much them, but tends to be nervous family members rather than the tourists themselves. I had one tourist whose mother hasn't spoken to them for about a week because they're coming here. Another couple of tourists who decided that they were going to make their mind up about coming on the trip when they were actually at the briefing that we hold the day before coming. But they decided to come, so the briefing was obviously good. And but they're all having a really great time. Everyone's really surprised at how relaxed it is and how laid back it all seems, and how there aren't tanks rolling down the street and they don't feel like war is about to break out.
Why do people go to North Korea, or why is it something that they choose to do rather than Marbella?
I think they tend to be people who like to travel to fairly unusual destinations. They're not the kind of people who go to like Magaluf or Gran Canaria, that kind of thing. They like to go, off the beaten track, and they're generally quite curious to see a country that you only really ever hear one representation of in the media in the West, certainly. They want to come and see for themselves. And that's generally the reasons behind them wanting to visit.